Time moves at one speed, or so we believe. 1 second follows another in a predictable sequence. An hour contains 60 minutes. A day unfolds in 24-hour increments. Linear, measurable, constant. Except when it doesn't. Except when something enters your life that changes your relationship to time itself. That makes hours feel like minutes, and minutes feel like hours. That fractures your temporal experience until you're no longer certain what speed you're living at. This is the story of a fragrance that altered time. Not metaphorically, not through memory or association. It actually changed how time moved, how it felt, how it passed, until the woman wearing it could no longer trust that her experience of duration matched anyone else's. Her name was Nina, 36 years old, a horologist. She repaired antique watches and clocks. She understood mechanical time, the gears, the springs, she understood how humans had captured duration in metal and glass, making it measurable, making it controllable. Her workshop was filled with hundreds of timepieces, ticking, chiming, measuring seconds with mechanical precision. She could hear them all simultaneously, distinguish their individual rhythms, and identify which clock was running fast or slow just by listening to the chorus of ticks. Her life was structured around time, a rigid schedule: wake at 6, workshop at 7, lunch at noon exactly, dinner at 6, bed at 10. Every day was identical, every hour accounted for. Time was something she controlled, something she understood completely. She'd never been late, not once in her adult life. She prided herself on her temporal precision, on matching her biological rhythms to mechanical measurement, on living a life that synchronized perfectly with the clocks she repaired. She didn't wear perfume. Scent was variable, unpredictable. It changed based on chemistry and environment. Time was constant. Scent was chaos. She preferred constancy. Then, a watch arrived for repair. It was an estate sale acquisition, a pocket watch from the early 20th century. It had a complicated mechanism, with multiple complications: a moon phase, a calendar, a chronograph, beautiful craftsmanship. But it didn't run. Hadn't run in decades, probably. She opened it carefully, examined the mechanism, and found the problem immediately. The mainspring was broken, a simple repair for someone with her skills. When she disassembled the watch completely for cleaning, she found something unexpected. Hidden behind the movement was a small, deliberately concealed compartment. Inside was a tiny crystal vial, sealed with wax, containing a liquid that appeared golden in certain light, and amber in others. An inscription was engraved on the inside of the watch case, where nobody would see it unless they took the movement apart. It read, "For when time becomes unbearable, 1 drop alters the rate. Use with caution. Duration is relative." Nina stared at the inscription. At the vial, at this mysterious addition to an otherwise standard watch. She should have documented it, contacted the estate, reported the find. Instead, she kept it. She couldn't explain why. She just felt drawn to the mystery, to the suggestion that time could be altered, that duration could be controlled through something other than mechanical precision. That night, alone in her apartment surrounded by ticking clocks, she opened the vial. She expected a scent, a perfume. She got something else. Something that smelled like time itself, like the space between seconds, like the moment between a tick and a talk, like duration made olfactory. It smelled like waiting, like anticipation, like the feeling of time passing too slowly or too quickly. It was temporal awareness, condensed into a fragrance. She applied a single drop to her wrist, just to understand what it was. The effect was immediate and disorienting. Time didn't stop. It didn't speed up. It just became elastic, subjective, something she could feel stretching and contracting around her. She looked at her watch. Mechanical, reliable, accurate. She watched the second hand sweep around the dial, but her experience of those seconds didn't match the mechanical measurement. Some seconds felt longer, some shorter. It was like her perception of duration had disconnected from objective reality. She thought maybe she was imagining it. So she went to her workshop, surrounded herself with all her clocks, all measuring time identically. But her experience still didn't synchronize. She'd look at a clock, the second hand would move, but the duration between ticks felt wrong. Sometimes compressed, sometimes expanded. It was like she was living at a different speed than mechanical time. She tried to work, but her usual precision felt impossible. She'd estimate a procedure would take 5 minutes, then check the clock, and 20 minutes had passed. Or she'd think an hour had gone by, and only 3 minutes had elapsed. Her temporal sense had fractured. Her ability to estimate duration and things she'd relied on her entire professional life had become unreliable. She could no longer trust her internal chronometer. At first, it was terrifying. Her entire identity was built on temporal precision, on understanding and mastering time. Now she couldn't even perceive it accurately. But then, something else started happening. When working on a particularly delicate repair, a tiny gear that required absolute precision, time would slow down, not mechanically, but perceptually. She'd have what felt like minutes to make an adjustment that actually took seconds. Her hands moved at a normal speed, but her experience of duration stretched, giving her the time she needed. Or, when doing repetitive work cleaning parts, documenting repairs time would compress. What should have felt like tedious hours would pass in what felt like comfortable minutes. The work still got done. It still took the same mechanical duration, but her experience of it changed. It made the tedious tolerable, the boring work feel brief. She realized the fragrance wasn't just altering her perception randomly. It was responding to her needs, giving her more subjective time when she needed precision, and less when she needed patience. It was adjusting her temporal experience to optimize her life. She started wearing it daily, just a single drop, and her life transformed. Not objectively, mechanically, everything took the same amount of time, but subjectively, she was living at variable speeds. She became more productive, more focused, more capable of sustaining attention during delicate work because time stretched to accommodate her. Her clients noticed. They commented that she was completing repairs faster, that the quality had improved, that she seemed to have more time than other horologists. She couldn't explain. She couldn't tell them that she was living at a different speed. But there were consequences. Social interactions became difficult. She'd meet someone for coffee, and what felt to her like a pleasant 15-minute conversation would actually be 90 minutes. She'd consistently arrive late or too early for appointments, because her internal sense of duration no longer matched clock time. She was living at speeds that didn't match the world everyone else relied on. A friend confronted her, said she seemed absent, that conversations with her felt off, like she was experiencing them at a different speed. The observation was accurate and terrifying. The fragrance was optimizing her for productivity, but connection required sync. She tried stopping the fragrance. For 2 days, time snapped back to linear, constant, mechanical, but it felt unbearable, like wearing shoes that were too tight, like trying to breathe underwater. She'd gotten used to variable time. Going back to constant time felt like suffocation. 6 months after finding the vial, Nina made a choice. She reduced the application, not to 0, but to a minimal amount, just enough to slightly alter time, to give her small advantages in her work, but not so much that she completely desynchronized from social time. It was a compromise. Her work became slightly less efficient, but her friendships stabilized. She mourned the loss of that fully elastic time, the ability to get hours of subjective experience in minutes of mechanical time. She kept the vial, half empty now, a reminder of the choice between optimization and connection, between temporal efficiency and temporal community. The fragrance taught her that duration is relative, but it also revealed that shared time matters, that synchronization is necessary for connection, that even if you could optimize your temporal experience, the isolation of living at a different speed than everyone else might not be worth the efficiency. Nina still wears it, minimally, carefully, just enough to give her a slight advantage. It's a balance between efficiency and connection, productivity and presence. Some days she misses the full effect, but then she meets a friend for coffee, experiences it at roughly the same speed they do, and understands that this compromise is what makes relationships possible. It's what makes her part of a human community that lives together in time. The fragrance altered time, and in doing so, it revealed that time is more complicated than clocks suggest, more subjective than mechanics imply, but also more important to share than she'd ever understood. The fragrance taught her that how you experience duration matters just as much as how long it lasts. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.